You're welcome to this channel. In today's video, I'll be showing us how to make carrot bread. Just look at how yummy it looks. Look at the density.
Guys, let's get straight into the video.
The ingredients you need for to make carrot bread is milk. You could use any kind of milk. It works. Applesauce. Here I'm using a store-bought applesauce, but you can make yours. If you want me to make a video on how to make applesauce, let me know. Salt, Himalayan salt, that's what I used in this video. And cinnamon, I love cinnamon. There's just something about cinnamon. I love cinnamon. And then baking powder, ginger powder, because it has to be nutritious, baking soda, oops, excuse that, coconut oil, cold pressed coconut oil. Here it says pure coconut oil, but basically coconut oil or any type of oil of your choice. Clove powder. I told you this carrot bread is packed and nutritious. We have seeds here, we have nuts here, some almonds, raisins, is that pecans or walnuts? I think pecans and cashew nuts. So yes, we have nuts. You could basically use any type of nuts or seed in your kitchen pantry. And then chia seeds. I love chia seeds because I'm not using eggs. This is date paste. I have it from the date syrup I made some time ago, and this is flour. You need a whisk or a spatula, and you need a loaf pan. This is a silicone mold pan, and of course the star power of our recipe, carrots. Ignore the black spots, I'm going to cut that out, but these carrots look so yummy. And then a glass bowl. So this is all you need, and I'm going to take us through the process right now. The first thing we're doing here is to oil a pan, and then you get a grater. If you have a food processor, please make use of a food processor. Honestly, that's like a time saver. I don't have a food processor, so I had to use a grater, and then I'm chopping up the ends of the carrots. So once I do that, remember I said I was going to remove the back, so I'm peeling the bad parts, like the outer skin of the carrot. Going to start grating my carrot. Honestly, this was a very difficult part for me. I wish I had a food processor. With a food processor, just use the grater attachment, and voila, in less than 5 minutes you're done. So once the carrot is grated, we are going to use a paper towel to squeeze out the moisture out of the carrots. Just like zucchini, carrots have a lot of moisture. Then we chop our nuts, make a fine texture. A milk bowl. I'm going to leave the measurements of the ingredients. I'm going to leave the exact measurements in the description box. You can check that out. So yeah, so I used 3 tablespoons of chia seeds in the milk. The milk is about a half cup, but the honest truth is that I added a little bit more as I went. You would see that in the video. I added a little bit more milk into the mixture, but right now what I have in the bowl is half a cup of milk and then about 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, and we mix that together and then we set aside. I use chia seeds because, like I said, I don't like eggs, and it's just easy for me. I have chia seeds in my pantry, so I use that. And then in a bowl we add the flour, I added my baking powder and then baking soda and the cinnamon and ginger, and I sprinkled some salt and I began to mix. And in another bowl I take half cup of coconut oil. Here it's solid, I can't use it this way, so I had to heat it up a bit, actually microwave it a bit. And then in a bowl, while we're microwaving, in the bowl I added my applesauce, which is about half cup of applesauce, and then I added in my date paste. Remember the date paste at the beginning? I added in my date paste, and then I added in the chia mixture we had earlier set aside, and then we added in the coconut oil. So once this is done, then I add in the shredded carrots and I mix. So I ensure that I mix well. I'm done mixing. I pour in my wet ingredients into my dry ingredients. So at this point you would see that after mixing, my batter rather, was a little bit stiff and I was having challenges trying to turn it together. So I added in milk at the point, added in some liquid. If at this point you don't have any more milk, you could add water, but you'll need to be careful so you don't end up with a running batter. So once that is done, I add in my nuts that I had chopped, the chopped nuts. You add it in and then you gently mix in. And once the batter is done, you can see our batter and look at how yummy it looks. We'll pour the batter into the already oiled loaf pan. We put it into the oven. The oven is set at 220 degrees Celsius and we leave it to bake. So once you leave it to bake for about 20-25 minutes, our carrot bread is ready for consumption and to dive in. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made any of this, do let me know. Feel free to let me know your comments, and please check out my previous videos, and I hope to see you again. Thank you so much. Bye bye.